Okay, our third math lesson in Module 4. I told you you would like these. They are so much easier, aren't they? So, Module 4, Lesson 3 today, we're looking at another word. We've looked at points, lines, line segments, rays, angles, and then we decided if those angles were right angles, obtuse angles, or acute angles. And today we're going to do something with lines. We're going to try to identify, define, tell what they mean, and draw. This is a big word. This word is perpendicular. Perpendicular lines. And the symbol for perpendicular looks like an upside down capital T. So when you see this, that means perpendicular. And I want you to notice something about this, which you already know if you watch Mr. Walker's video. The perpendicular lines make two right angles. If they're like this, sometimes they could make one right angle if they look like that. But perpendicular lines make right angles. It has to be a right angle to be a perpendicular line. So what we're doing today is we look at this. we can use a right angle template, which is just a fancy word for something that has a right angle on the corner. To measure the angles in the following figure, mark each right angle with a small square and then fill in the blank. So your homework is a little bit easier than this. You're just going to determine if there are any right angles in the shape. If there are, you know they're going to be perpendicular lines, okay? So anywhere we can find a square corner in a shape, like right here, we're supposed to draw a little box to show it's a right angle. And there's one right here, okay? And then and there's no more. That one looks, well, let's see. Is that a right angle? Well, my goodness, I was wrong. That is. There's a right angle right there. So that has three right angles in it. These two angles right here, they're bigger, so they're obtuse angles. But we have three right angles. And now what it's wanting us to tell now is that line segment BC, which is right here, is perpendicular, or in other words, it makes a right angle with what other line segment? Well, it can't be AB because that's not a right angle right there. So line segment BC makes a right angle with line segment CD. Okay? You see that? Line segment BC makes this right angle right here with line segment CD. So in other words, line segment BC is perpendicular to line segment CD. Perpendicular line segments or lines form a right angle where they meet. Okay, we're going to do the same thing on this one. And so let's find the right angles. There's one right here. Is there any more? No. So there's only one right angle on this guy. And so we know one of the line segments that makes a right angle is MN. And now we've got to find the other line segment that makes the right angle that makes MN, that MN is perpendicular with. So we've got to find this one right here. It's line segment. Oh, and I didn't put that. Notice I didn't put my line segment above CD. Sorry about that. Should have done that. MN is perpendicular to line segment MP. So this isn't confusing, is it? There's line segment MN. Now it's in a shape, but if you could imagine dots here, just like that would be a line segment. And then M to P would be another line segment. So these two line segments, MP and MN, they meet and form a right angle in the corner. So they're perpendicular to each other. Okay, let's look at a couple more. Nope, that's it for today. That's the only examples we have. So what I want you to do in your assignment today is that what you're going to be doing is you're going to be looking at shapes like these, and you're going to be telling me, are there any right angles in the shape? And if there are, we know that a right angle means there are perpendicular lines or line segments. So take a look at your homework. It's going to be super easy. Just use a sticky note on your screen or whatever helps you see if there's a right angle on any of the shapes that are in your assignment today, okay? Super easy. Perpendicular lines meet and form right angles.